Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're playing as the Knights, of course, formerly of Rhodes. Still of Rhodes in a way, but it's only a minor piece in our huge empire puzzle. Capital is on Jamaica, of course, because we're going for Knights of the Caribbean, in which we have to take all of the Caribbean, check, and all of the islands in the Mediterranean, mostly check, except for Venice. We also kinda, and I didn't really check on that, we were going for another achievement. It's on the roads again. And I believe we've taken everything. Oh, we need to core it for it to be done. That's important to know though, because I mean, as always, I would like to see the achievement gained on screen. And my device here is currently set to not record things, not record third-party overlays. So let me just, you saw some flickering there, it's just me trying to figure out which of my many sources is correct. There we go. Now the Steam pop-up from the achievement should also show up when we get it. So, on the roads again, almost completed, we just need our cores in. We beat up Mr. M for it, we beat up Mr. O for it earlier. We got kinda lucky in that Mr. O in their war against AQ and Mr. M did not hold on to Antioch, so we could just take it without too much fuzz. Alright, what's going on? Our armies are coming home from war, most of them. March, my pretties. You are coming home. Good. And now we just need that war against Milan. Now, I probably don't need to take it immediately. However, we should start regularly checking on this here. Arg. We will probably need to do the plane, which we call France, into another war and then attack Milan. Because I really don't feel like fighting the French for this mere island. It's a mere island. Also, there's something we wanted to do during the war and we couldn't. And I forget what it was. It was what? It wasn't annexing subjects, although I kind of want to do that, but it wasn't. It was right, making rebels pop. Whatever it's called. Forcing them out, provoking them. We're not doing that. We don't need to do that anymore because we're not under time pressure at all right now, so that is not a thing. Do I spam more of anything? Oh, good lord, that's a temper in Aruba there. Yikes! Dear me! Quite the places. None of the... Holy fudge nuggets. None of these are going to pay off in time. But, as I've said before, making a Tornador, it's its own reward. So I'm into it. Trying to find all the decent upgrades here. No, yeah, I could check. Did we really build that many trade depots? Not trade depots, the other thing. The thing we're upgrading. Whatever it's called. Marketplace. Must be, yeah. So these cost 198 because we already have a marketplace in place. Yes, a place in place. And these do not have a marketplace in place, so we're sort of paying, well, paying a lot more for not a lot extra gain. So let's just keep it at that. It's fine. Flutes, I'll get into port. I think I have some navies around that were mostly blockading. But they were also fighting. So some damage has been acquired. Yes, because getting damaged is positive. My Occitan provinces get unrest and my G provinces lose it? Okay. I mean, if I must. Let's get the brigs to Brighton. And yeah, this is all combat navy. We have a very sizable combat navy for not a lot of combat navying. Naval combating? Sure. That we'll have to do. Privateer. Mr. O, please. That we'll have to do in the future. We just have to beat up Milan and France. And assuming that France is not part of Milan and France, which is what we're aiming for, that naval force is not going to be much of a thing. We could still build up all these things. Kinda interested to just grab the Knight's Township, although it's probably a bit late, but I want it. Nothing here really matters. For the Knights in the same region. I think it's the Same region, but it looks like it's this. Is it? Is it even this? Where is our trade company? I forget. Like down here? I think this is it. Are you called Same? No, you're Angola. Is it actually same region? It must be same region. Yeah. Kind of wondering why it doesn't say Angola region. Wait, what? Oh, this is lazy. Right, because it's a macro builder thing. I see. So it doesn't know where I'm building it. Just I go here and that makes a ton of sense actually. I'm gonna take everything back I said before. And claim the opposite, as one does. Now you, how do we make you into a decent anything, and how do we store you properly? 45, 42, 44, 43. So 45 is the maximum we can do around here. Comet width is, what do we say, 32, I think? 32. So if I were to reduce you to a 32 width thing, you can go up to 45, so 32, 42. I guess we give you just the 10 cannons. That leaves you well within eating range here. Eating range. Get you over there. And let's try to make another one of these. 14, so you need exactly 28. 28. Make it 4. Yeah, there we go. And then we go with... I could definitely argue that I don't need to put as much effort into this as I am. Because we're currently not looking at real battles. Wait, how did I screw this up so much? Somewhere my math got very much screwed. I could have just balanced these stacks and called it fine. But that would have satisfied me. I like being satisfied. I'm weird that way. Do I want to sit in Jerusalem? No, that's bad. Bad supply. Let's sit in Jaffa. Water helps. Now this is the odd one out. Actually having more cannons than anything else. It's a bit iffy. But we might still have some. Yeah, we have some stragglers coming in. So I think we'll be okay. For now. For now. Straggle, straggle, straggle. Yeah, it's gonna have the front line out to be acceptable. It won't be good, but it'll be acceptable, and that's good enough for me. Gain diplo. I mean, I'll take it. I could take 1,000,000 ducats. But nah, let's take the dip. And then consider what we're gonna do with dip. And it's probably probably nothing. No, we're not taking tech way ahead. We're not running an idea group. We could buy mercantilism for the heck of it. Or we could just go ahead and spam a bunch of development, which is utterly, disgustingly cheap for us, so we should probably just do that. There's encouragement going on in Palmy, but it's still very cheap, everything else considered. Huh? Are you running encourage? You are, okay. I think I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm probably fine just throwing a few more clicks into Palmy here. And then maybe even into Siguao. Certainly some school of thought saying that we should go to Mixe and stuff, because they don't have the edict yet. That means they could even be cheaper than 22 ducats. Not ducats. Mana. But it'll have to be alright. Yeah, keep going through these ideas. More force limit doesn't really matter too much, but I want to finish this. Yes, I do. I do really kind of want to pick up the last thing here. I haven't taken any age objectives yet, and that's, well, any age abilities. That's very sad. Very sad. Could have popped down a few trade companies, but also meh. And I'm not really planning to become the Emperor of China here. I mean, it's our natural birthright as the Knights, of course, but so much work. Birthrights are just so much work. Do I start eating up my subjects? I think I do. I have 3 diplomats. I don't really need them right now. And these annexations should be very quick. Let's just have a look, and then we can deal with the turn off the noble privilege and all that. Let's pop the diet. Check what we can do there. Whoa! The fridge? I get 105 monarch points for building a university? Oh, that's a thing. Don't care much about the pastors, but that's a thing. Covered the lands of our Tlaxcalan subjects. Blah, blah, blah. So we're supposed to diplomatically annex Tlaxcala, which I do want to do. We don't get a diplomatic penalty for it, but we don't get a diplomatic penalty anyway because we're smart like that. So it's not very tempting. And this will give us a base production in Constantinople. I mean, as much as I want to build a mini factory in pretty much any place. Because again, money. How would Constantinople look on that kind of thing? Kombohi. No, Constantinople. Am I already building in Constantinople? Or am I doing something else in Constantinople? Who knows? Let's check over here what's going on in the sea. Is that a mini factory? What are you doing? What are you doing? Building a workshop. What do we get for it? Not much, right? 1 base production. No. I'm going to go with the proposal of these well, not papists. Not every religious person is a papist, even if I kind of want to think that that's the case. I think I can still build a university here, right? Even though we don't have a slot, because university brings its own slot. I think that works. Oh, but we're already building something here? What are we building in Mexico? A trade depot. I can just cancel that. I mean, it's probably a good one if we build it, but yeah, let's just splurge here, cancel the trade depot, plop down a university, and then we might or might not go back to making a trade depot later. Think. What are we doing? Right, annexing subjects is what I had on my agenda. What's your size? I don't like that this doesn't actually tell me the size. I mean, army size is an indicator, so Tlaxcala is probably our biggest subject. What do we see here? 29, 13, 5, and 11. So we definitely start with the Tlaxcalans, which is you. If I were to just eat you up, that would take until October 34. 6 years. It's a long time. But I think we do get that started. And the next one down the list was who? Next one down the list was Tlapanek. I think they were sorted here, right? 13, 5, and 11, almost sorted. So if we look at the Tlapanekians, Tlapaneks, we look at the Tlapaneks, and if we were to annex you, we couldn't because you don't love me enough. Let's fix that problem. And probably do the same to number 3, which is Matlzinka, right? Yes. Yeah, they also need some coaxing here. Then that'll be handled eventually. It made me think of another thing, but it's already straight out of my head. So who knows? I've been wondering whether I should pick up the free mill policy here we have. It does nothing for us. We don't need the manpower or the force limit, so it's really useless. But so are the ones we're going to get once we complete our idea group. Well, I mean, 5% settler chance, I guess. Income from vessels, really not a thing I care about. And privateer efficiency, we are privateering technically, but that's also a big no. France, you look like you're mobile. Oh, you're warring. Excellent. That might just make you unhappy enough for me to just get to do this without repercussions. If I do, I will just immediately declare. We'll see, they might not get too hurt here by these. But they're in 2 wars though. I even got attacked by Luxembourg. By Luxembourg? The Luxembourgian conquest. Attacker against Burgundy. No. Okay, Luxembourg caught the French into that war. That makes sense. And Milan caught them into the war against Austria. No, but that should still work. It means right now we can't call in France. No, I should still be able to declare on the Milanese without the French coming in, given that they get to the no point there. Which, I mean, obviously we're hoping for. Otherwise, we always have the African option. I just don't like the African option. You know, that's not racist. Right, subjugating, doing that. Not really. I mean, tempted by the eating of the 13 colonies still. But also not particularly. Silly attacking Austria. Here we go. You go, silly. Who's your friend? Saxony, Nassau, Matacosta, Paderborn. Mighty Paderborn will beat the Austrians, I'm sure. I mean, they're down on their luck here. Are they? Oh, that's 943. That's not 943,000. That is 943 soldiers. Yeah, I think you can handle that, silly. Yeah, Chichimeca, eat those Portuguese Mexicans. I kind of love to see these natives throw the colonizers out. I mean, I can do it. Fear the colonizers and all that, but it's just something satisfying about the natives doing it. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Speaking of loving to see things, military access is sure. Not what I meant. What I meant is we should definitely check a few things. One is, didn't I plan to remove a privilege? Do I want to steal land? I have 98% of all crown land. I don't think there was a gain for 100%. Wait, how do I take 4% of the bourgeoisie? I don't think I do. I think you're lying. I'm tempted to just use this to revoke. But we don't want to revoke the integration policy just yet. Right. Yeah, no. What about private trade fleets? Here, just pop you. It hurts our equilibrium a lot. It's already bad and get worse. But it's really no point. Why we're not hitting max absolutism, there's no point. But that reminds me, again, what I wanted to do was this. Check for some places that we can milk for absolutism. And you all look tasty. They're going to be unhappy at some point because these are only temporarily unrest reduced, but that'll be fine. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, and drop it. Not going to go for these. I don't want active unrest necessarily. I'm not going to give them anything. If they want liberty desire, they can have it. Ooh, can they though? I mean, I can just click off a button these guys to not be unhappy. But the Tired Overload modifier is going to make it harder to get them to the right amount of relations for annexation. Swap around some stuff. They're both super happy, so I don't really care. Bourgeoisie is more influential right now. We're gonna get a bunch of papist influence, not papists. Influence though, once we, not influence, happiness, once we finish our thing. Can I go to 65? Is that critical already with the burghers? I don't remember. don't remember. I think I'm actually going to go the other way around, just to be safe here. But I have so much passive loyalty that no one wants it. Yeah, Spain is no longer a great power. I mean, how could they possibly be? Look at them. Look at France not mattering anymore. Bengal and Timmy. Timmy is still alive and a great power. That is certainly a rare sight. Ooh. Occupied with these provinces. War exhaustion. Hello. Alright. Wartime. Sure, I'm still coring stuff, other things, but I need a guy. Give me a guy stat. Bring back the guy from... I think I take the guy from Tlapanek. The remaining relation we need from Tlapanek we can always do with a click of, say, sending a gift or great power influence. We don't need to bring out the big guns there. I do want to bring the big guns to Milan. So I'm just gonna put Rogelius here in charge. Put you on a boat. And get you straight over to Milan. And you guys are already on your way. And once I have my diplomat, I will insta-declare. Before the French change their mind. Yeah, we won't be quite ready to land or anything, but the French being unwilling to join you is so good. Florence and Trent. So Florence is probably going to come in and try to take our... That's fine. I don't mind. I might not all. Take Venetia. Unless you're willing to give up to threaten war. But you do not. Then war it is. Take Venetia. Call in nobody. That's fine. We don't need to call in the French. War. And then... Is this a battle I want to take? No. Are you locked in or anything? These are coming to the Gulf of Sirte, which is not where we are. Oh, this is... yeah. I should have seen that, but I didn't. We actually make it through here. How did that just happen? But they're not engaging. That's awesome. I don't know why I'm going that way now. But, I mean, I know why. Because I clicked there. Oh no, you are engaging. How were they not engaging before? Okay, crunch. Good. Good crunching. I don't know how that crunching worked, because in theory, the combat width should have been filled with my transports, right? Which should be here. These guys, so I don't know how my other navy was just able to come in and crunch. Unless they were fighting my 8 caravels, and then there was a lot of room for my other folks. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah, it's maybe also why the transport, why the battle happened so late. Yeah, okay. I believe that that's the truth. Steal some money while we're at it. Just drive by raid everybody. And we're talking about how many enemies? No real numbers. I mean some numbers, I guess. Because it's not no numbers. And you are actually unlocked. How many people do these Florentians have? Not a lot. Maybe I should have popped my rebels here. Papists. Well, there are not going to be any papists. I see, I see. I probably wasn't suppressing properly. Then I'll just give it a moment to catch its breath there. And, ooh, that's... I mean, no money in comparison, but still a lot of money. If I hadn't already had the maximum innovativeness achievement, I might be tempted here to go and just go to 100. But there's no real challenge to that, right? So it's not particularly interesting to do, and it's worthless in actual game terms. The vile pirates of Tunis again. So vile. So very vile. Come on, get you move on, there you go. I've never used Marines. I Still, I mean, I get annoyed by the lack of movement speed of my disembarkings here, but I'm still not sure that that means I want Marines. Actually, pretty sure it still doesn't mean I want Marines. Not sure what they need to do to Marines in this game to make them actually interesting. But apparently they haven't done that yet. Comanche, come on in. Sure. What's my coring doing? Ah, what I didn't do, that might have been a mistake. Might be fine, this war shouldn't be super long, but I meant to put my subjects on Scutich. Because if they were on Scutich, they would now not be in the war. And I would be able to start annexing them. Might be screwing up the annexation thing here. We know nothing about running a state, say the Arawak. I mean, I guess our ideas of a state are very, very different. So I might not know anything about the way you run states, or running the type of state that you run. Let's say that. Sure. I accept your provision. Probably not the right word there. Your claim, the thing you're saying, I'm accepting that. Development, as we do. It might be time for Mixe and ECAB after all. My burghers aren't quite as happy anymore, which is not great for that. And I made that happen, but hey. Encourage development. Be cheap. Cheap enough. Have some of this and some of that. Some of this. Is ECAB also around here? No, it's a different thing entirely. ECAB. Different thing entirely. East Yucatan. I don't know how many edicts I'm running for very little reason. But it's a lot. It is certainly a lot. Pastas now produces sugar. We get the good thing I just spent. Because we did fulfill our thing, made the pastors super happy. Whether we call them papists or not. We should be just going here, now that we've dealt with the threat of the actual papists. And start crunching the Florentines. Try to get them out the war, maybe, that would be nice. Just so I don't have to deal with that extra army. No, not in alliance with our enemy Trent. Oh, that's a lot of Milanese, though. I don't like that. At all. Fastest way is probably to land in Ancona and then support from there. Yeah, you better run, Milan. Filthy folks. I think I'm just going to march close to Firenze and support it with a bunch of cannoneth. Because that siege going faster would be nice. 15 is what you need. I have 10 for you. You want 15? How about 10? Should not ask what they can do for us. What's good for them is good for us. For Jacobus de Cavalletto. Could get the guy. Don't care about the guy. Don't care about the trade power. WE. Come on, Treviso. That's a super long siege there. Discipline, check. 3 more policies. Which one do we want? It's probably just the Pioneer policy for a tiny bit more expansion before we end the game. Sure. And we'll automatically discover adjacent provinces. I mean, that's a thing. I'm sure. We could consider, after we deal with Treviso, and therefore the Milanese fleet, could then go over to Pisa and crush that fleet as well. Seems like a tempting move at least. Ivory Coast. Oh, their recently converted thing must have dropped off. So that's fine. You military boy, definitely want one. or girl, you know, I don't judge. The only one I want is Gregorius here. But I would like somebody I can promote. And Gregorius doesn't do that. Wait for next month. I think we can afford this here. Yeah, we're losing a month of mill. Well, we can hopefully find somebody that gives us a useful modifier like Morale of Armies here, Hadrianus, and who is promotable because he's nice in Occitan. I'm just gonna pump some money to them. Sounds good. There we go. Treviso down. Milanese fleet should follow suit. We grab another flagship and crush their whole navy. Awesome. I think I can do a repair damaged here and have the rest go to pieces. We're so overwhelming here. I'm not particularly afraid of that. Everybody wants in. Sure. You do your huge European wars. I don't care. Wait, I have another free policy available? Oh, I can still run the mill one. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize. But this is one free policy per tier. It's not one, it's 3 free policies. 3 free policies, 3 free policies. That's a lot of free. Don't mind if I do. I mean, it's not a policy we particularly care about, but it's very good to know for the future. This is the only free one, I'm pretty sure. Get rid of that pop-up. Excellent. Now, what does our timer say? Our timer says, oh my god, we're gonna put one more cut into this here video. I'm pretty sure next time we're going to see the completion of both our achievements. Until then though, thank you so much for watching. Like what seeing, as always, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Use the final potential chance to suggest a new campaign. I know Bisa has already suggested an interesting one. And I know Peter has suggested, well, multiple, I think, which I haven't had a good look at yet, so I don't actually know. But he told me that he did, so I'm going to believe that. I'm going to check those out for the future. But if you have an idea what I should be doing for my next campaign, and there will be a next campaign, then do let me know down there in those comments. Thank you so much for watching, and see you folks next time.